Hello children of standard 6. Today we learn chapter 13. Tom lands into a trouble. Tom lands into a trouble. Now Tom and Joe Harper were very happy. Now how he lands into trouble. Dear children, this is to understand that once you speak lie, the happiness is only for few seconds, few minutes or few days. Later once people realize that you have spoken lie, you are in a trouble. It is very clear that you are in a trouble. Same it happens with Tom. Let us see how he gets into trouble, what happens, and where he spoke lie, and what happens. After his adventure on Jackson's Island, Tom became a hero to the rest of the children at school. Boys as well girls, they all admired him. The boys actually envied him and asked him to recount his adventures again and again. They thought Tom and Joe were great men. Tom did not show off, but he knew that everybody's eyes was upon him. So he walked with a swagger befitting a pirate. She is telling Tom and Joe became very famous because somebody was dead and is come back. So they were very happy, all were looking, and children were, all the boys and girls, everybody liked him. Both of them, Joe Harper and Tom Sawyer, they were liking, and they used to ask, please narrate how you all did. Again and again, recount, means again and again narrators, tell us. Recount. See here. Tell in details how you were in Jackson's Island, how did you reach, and how you managed these many days. That all they were asking them to narrate it, tell it in details. And Tom and Joe, they were not so proud, but when they noticed that everybody's eyes is on them, so they also walked like a parrot. They also walked in a movement like they were something. Becky had once again softened a bit towards Tom. She wished to speak to him, but Tom had become very proud. Now Betty wanted to speak to him. Now he is a great man like Buena. So she was attracted once again. But Tom said no. When I wanted, she did not turn to me. She rejected me. So now he also started to ignore her. He pretended to like Amy Lawrence more. Now he was expressing his love simply to Amy Lawrence. This made Becky very sad. When Tom saw this, he was pleased. One day, when Tom was talking to Mary Austin, Becky said to Mary, "Oh Mary, will you come to my party? Mother has told me I can invite all my friends." While Becky said this, she looked at Tom, hoping that he would ask if he could come too. But Tom ignored Becky. He turned around and began talking to Amy. All the kids in school wanted to go to Becky's party. Tom and Amy were the only one who did not. This made Becky so sad and she cried. But very soon her tears had dried up and she actually smiled. She had brought thought of a plan. Now, Tom went to school. He saw Mary Austin. He was speaking to her. Becky felt again that already this boy is talking to Amy Lawrence, and now here Mary Austin also he is speaking. So Becky went purposefully to Mary Austin and said, "Hello Mary, my birthday is coming. My mother has told me to invite you, invite all my friends. So please come." And she thought Tom also will ask her, "Shall I also come?" But Tom ignored. He did not bother. When she was talking to Mary Austin, Tom turned towards Amy Lawrence and started to talk. All the friends were ready and very happy to go for her party, but Becky did not invite Tom and Amy Lawrence, and they both were only left. So she felt bad, she cried, and then she wiped her tears and she had some other plan for her. When Tom had gone, Becky lost all interest in both picture book and Alfred Temple. Jumping up, she shouted at Sorry, I read wrong paragraph. Becky sat down to the Alfred Temple and they began to look at a picture book together. Both laughed over the pictures. Tom heard them laughing and felt so jealous that he lost interest in Amy Lawrence as well. He thought she was stupid, so he left her and went home. Tom realized that he hated Alfred Temple. Now, since Tom was speaking to Amy Lawrence, Becky went to near a tree and she sat with a picture book and she called Alfred Temple. Temple is a title. So she called him and both of them sat together simply looking some picture and laughing, making noise. And when Tom heard that Becky is very happy with the Alfred. So he felt funny and jealous of Alfred. So what he did, he left Amy Lawrence and he went home thinking that she is not good, she is a fool, and he went off home. When Tom had gone, Becky lost all interest in both picture book and Alfred Temple. Jumping up, she shouted at Alfred, "Go away, I hate you." She was only to tease Tom. And when Tom was not there, to whom to tease, whom to show? So she shouted at Alfred, "Go away, I hate you." At first, Alfred could not believe his ears. Then he stood. What had happened? Then he understood what had happened. He had never liked Tom. Now he hated him and wanted to hurt him. But how could he do that? So he is telling he also did not like Tom because he knew that Becky loves Tom. So he hated Tom and he wanted to do some harm to him. Okay, children, in revenge we do that. When we don't like, we always do some harm to others. Either we complain, we tear their book or their bag, we hide it, we do some rubbish, which is not nice. Now we'll see how Alfred Temple is going to react to Tom. Okay, children, thank you.